What it do, homies? It's your boy Dave, and I'm back today. We out here about to check out his Alexinho, Colaps, and River doing a song, If Only. Now, I am not new to either of these beatboxers. I'm pretty sure I have a reaction or to a showcase or to each of them battling each other or somewhat in some form, right? But not with all four of them combined. Now, you guys was telling me that this is something special. Let's go ahead and shut up and turn it up. Okay. For a minute, I thought it was going to be all beatbox, but no, we're getting lyrics in here. Great opening. Already set the tone. Oh my goodness. Pitches everything here. Okay.
Life goes on, same old song. If only I had a plan. I'm a wrong road so long. Why is it so hard to find?
Wow. Okay, that's an interesting sound selection, choice for the bass, right? To add that much distortion to it instead of it coming. I wonder why they decided to add that distortion. Obviously, somebody else was kind of carrying the bass, and they wanted to give it a little bit more texture to kind of have it stand out. The decisions and selections that they're deciding to make, regardless that it's just four of them, is actually quite amazing. But I think somebody else is carrying a bass, and one is giving the texture.
Road so long. Why is it so
one could be doing the same thing, both at the same time.
hard to find? Life goes on, same old song. If only I had a plan.
Nice falsetto.
I'm a wrong road so long. Why is it so hard to find? Life goes on, same old song. Hold on. Nah, they out here straight killing it, bro. They out here trying to place on the top Billboard 100 with this. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. First off, the harmonization of doom, that's amazing, right? Because I believe that rhythm right there is carried by two. It might be carried by two people in here that's doing it. But anyway, another interesting thing about this is that I was looking at a video or something, and they were talking about, I believe it was called like Euchristian or Eukaryon or something, a rhythm. And it's rhythm that was, for the most part, kind of like it had a little bit of math to it. But basically, if I remember correctly, it would take a rhythm and it would like divide it by, like, it had to be something else divisible or something like that. But regardless, it's the way that the melody sounds like that is that sometimes it's something that would change over time. But if you kept that Euclidean, or what I think that's what it was called, rhythm, then it would give a nice little bounce to it. And I think that's what they're doing right here, which is why those why it sounds so good, right? It almost kind of has a randomness feel to it, but it doesn't. It's probably the same thing over and over again, but because it's like fluctuating between the low and the high, it's giving these interesting textures into the song. And not only that, speaking of textures, the little risers and stuff that they're doing to make sure the song continues without getting something super stale, right? Remind you, it's only four of them, right? So their ability to kind of change something and keep the rhythm and everything interesting is amazing, right? See here and think about if you was a producer and all you had was four instruments and you need to make an entire, bro, if you look at what they're doing and kind of like approach like a producer's mindset to it, it could tell you that, if you are a producer, don't overwork stuff, right? Because if you got four people doing this, then why can't I take four instruments and do the same thing? The arrangement in this is beautiful.
change. The shaker sound is clean. The kick is clean. Bass texture. Risers. Some polyrhythms. Wait on that drop. That trumpet sound was fuego. Oh my goodness, I'm telling you. If you just, man, I wonder, like, I've heard the trumpet like millions of times, right? But if I put this in front of somebody that has never heard beatbox before, and I put the song in front of them, and then they broke off into that, I think they will be hard pressed in thinking that was not a trumpet, because the tone on that was beautiful, right? And not only that, but they kind of added, like they put a little, a producer term, they kind of swelled into it, and it came out. Then they lowered it down without losing the trumpet tone. Come on now, we are watching masters at work. They even added a vibrato to it. What? Switch up the percussion. Come on. Keep it going, baby. Hey. There's so much that's going on in here, man. Honestly, what I'm most impressed with is the tone, right? Especially that last part where they was doing those high notes. It almost kind of sounded like it had a nice little ring to it, like a bell. Now, I know that some of these sounds are manipulated, not heavily, mind you. Like, when I say manipulated, I mean like not necessarily shaping the tone or anything, but stuff like adding a reverb or, making stuff fill out the space a little bit more. But towards that end, when it was doing that doom, doom, that the high note, it had a little ring of a bell tone to it. That's crazy. That's insane. There's so much going on, so much talent, so much sound design and arrangement. Everything about this was absolutely wonderful. I see why you guys wanted me to do this. This was awesome. Now I need to go listen to it about 5 more times during the editing stage to see what I missed. All right, y'all. That's the end of this video. If you enjoyed the content and you stayed for the entire reaction, I appreciate that. Leave a like and subscribe. Deebs out.